presently a few difficulties for you. Write these down. I will go through them rapidly now. Here's number 1. Main survey your exhibition, whether it's correspondence, or whether it's action, or whether it's achieve, or whether it's hands-on. This is what my dad said. A workshop in a sentence. I wish he was here to offer it yet, since he hasn't arrived. In his honor, I will give his class an end here. It is dependable. Accomplish more than you get compensated for to make an interest in your future. Now a few associations would contend with us on this. That is my dad's course. In a sentence, generally accomplish more than you get compensated for to make an interest in your future. My dad was so one of a kind. Father said, on the off chance that it's pouring, you can't fix the rooftop. On the off chance that it isn't pouring, it needn't bother with to be fixed. He was a great elderly person. Wow out this person. So survey your presentation, your language with your kids. Simply go over that and say, have I been too unforgiving and too solid, too obstinate? Would it be a good idea for me? I figure out how to be simpler, blend more sympathy in with the extreme stuff I need to manage. Yes, you realize petitioning God will help at some point. If nothing else, you realize, dear God, assist me with saying the proper thing, not to demolish everything by unfortunate correspondence. Here's the following on my rundown. Confront your feelings of trepidation. You realize I don't have the foggiest idea what challenges you could have, and going over the stuff we've been going over as far as revising your way of thinking or returning, and you realize retrying some stuff that you could have screwed up, yet overcome every one of your feelings of trepidation. That is the manner by which you vanquish them. Don't excuse them, face them. Say this: I'm anxious about, I can't help thinking about how I might change that. Here's the following. Number 2 activity, your self-control. To take a different path. You don't need to continue to do what you've done the most recent 6 years. In the event that it's not yielding you the advantages you need in the workshop I accomplished for Jerry, my coach, assisted me with checking on the most recent 6 years, so I wouldn't rehash those mistakes. The following 6. Check whether you're a goose. You must choose between limited options to do the following 6 as you did the last 6 yet. In the event that you're not a goose, this is what you can do. Pick another objective and begin going. That way you say, well, I've done this throughout the previous 2 years, I'll presumably need to do it another 2. The response is no, not in 1 million years. Now you can transform each little degree in turn, or then again, on the off chance that you need to, you can reform the entire thing. Who says you were unable to alter the entire thing in 7 days' time and begin a spick and span course that will undoubtedly assist you with showing up in a pristine spot in 12 months, a long time from now, no telling, a long time from now, where you could show up. Utilize your self-discipline to begin the cycle. Only resolve to change a bit or change a ton. Anyone can transform. You don't need to rehash last year. Tidy up the blunders. Put it now in the following year. Watch it have the effect. Here's the following one that is next part. Significant guardians need to do it. We request that our children make it happen. However, we must do it. Concede your slip-ups some of the time. You need to concede them to others. Here are probably the best words in the English language. I'm sorry. The justification for why that those are great words is on the grounds that it could begin a totally different relationship. It could begin 2 individuals heading down an entirely different path. I'm sorry. Straightforward, simple, difficult, yet assuming you finish this, the circle back can be emotional. The early years can be huge in result. And here's the large one. Concede your errors to yourself. You don't need to jibber-jabber about them to everyone in the area, yet it doesn't damage to plunk down and have a discussion with yourself and say, there's no utilization messing with myself. Here's where I truly am. I have pennies in my pocket, and I didn't get anything in the bank. That is what I said after the young lady scout left my entryway. I had a discussion with myself, and I said, I don't believe this should happen any longer. Next, refine your objectives. I don't have the foggiest idea what desires you've had as of recently, yet this end of the week would be a great opportunity to begin this cycle. We will discuss our objective studio before our meeting is over this end of the week, perhaps that will assist with invigorating you to define a few more significant standards. Go after some higher reason. Go for something past what you figured you could do. When this end of the week's over, you could twofold, significantly increase fourfold how much objectives, reason, everything you want to achieve. You could duplicate that by 10. When we finish here on Sunday, here's the following one. Next, trust in yourself. Yes, You got to have confidence in God, and you got to put stock locally. And you must have confidence in the potential outcomes. You must have faith in the economy. You must accept that tomorrow can be preferable over today. Yet here's the enormous one: trust in yourself. There isn't an expertise you can't realize. There isn't a discipline you can't attempt. There isn't a class you were unable to take. There isn't a book you were unable to peruse in the event that it's written in some other language. You simply get it deciphered and perused it. Here's the following one: request shrewdness. This is correspondence of the greatest source. Request insight. Request intelligence that makes answers. Request the insight that makes confidence to accept things are conceivable. In ruler Solomon's day, there was the predicament of two moms who guaranteed a similar child. And the inquiry was, whose child is this? Mother says it's mine. The other mother says no, it's mine. Solomon said, present to me the child. They presented to him the child, and he raised the sword. He said, I will slice this child down the middle, and give 1/2 to this mother, and 1/2 to this mother. And as he raised his sword sobbingly, the genuine mother said, no, no, don't slice the child down the middle, give it to her, who was not the genuine mother. Solomon says, now I realize who was the genuine mother. See, that is so savvy. And the second was such show. Yet Solomon, the smartest of the savvy, understood how to settle the arrangement. Request shrewdness to manage the difficulties of today and tomorrow, to bargain with the difficulties your family brings you. Don't wish it was simpler, wish you were better. Here's the following one: ration your time. I should figure out how to do this. How long have I got left? Not a limitless stock. The number of these ends of the week can don't 1,000, only a couple of, perhaps a small bunch in some cases. We get faked out. Bill Bailey says the typical individual says, I got 20 additional years. No, Bill says you got 20 additional times, assuming that you go fish once a year. You've just got 20 additional times to go fishing, not 20 years. That fakes you out. I got 20 years, no, multiple times. See, that brings it directly down to the genuine stuff. Multiple times the number of additional classes. That like this, not 1,000, a couple of, only a couple. So would I mutter and stagger? Would I give you not exactly my best when I've just got a couple of more to offer? And the response is no. Obviously not. Assuming you're an individual of a few pride and quality, you wouldn't allow that to occur. Next, contribute your benefits. We will discuss this before the end of the week is over on monetary freedom, and I will offer you some phenomenal guidance. Here was one of the ways of thinking Mr. SCH gave me alongside Mary Kay. This is what he said: benefits are superior to compensation. Make you a living. Benefits make you a fortune. Mary Kay and I went for that. Well, might we at any point begin procuring benefits while we're making a living? Answers yes. I went wild. Here's one: currently safeguard your family. These are problematic times. Not that they haven't been problematic times for quite some time at school. Irksome times. I know a great mother and a superb dad who had 2 young men in school. They headed 2 distinct paths, and one turned into a model resident, and the other one went to prison. While safeguard your family overall quite well from the covered risk up the prowling malicious one. Here's the following one: live with power. You should turn it up or score or 2 after this end of the week. Why not put a greater amount of you in anything you truly do? Be a little more grounded, be a little savvier, move forward your essentialness commitment. Put all that you have into all that you truly do, and afterward request greater essentialness and more strength and more energy, more heart, more soul. Next, find your place. This one currently is so significant. On the off chance that you simply work on a task, find the best spot where you can work well for, and sure enough they'll request that you possess a superior spot. And in the event that you continue to finish the work well, the person says, well, in the event that I had a superior work, I truly pour it on, yet I landed this junky position. So I buffoon. See, that is the way of thinking of calamity. So you have a horrible occupation. Do the absolute best you can. That is your most effective way out. Isn't to do short of what you could, however, to do all that can be expected. With that way of thinking, your life can take extraordinary jumps forward. Here's a book of scripture state that says, in the event that you work on your gifts, they will account for you. they'll make a spot for you. Here's the following one: interest, honesty from yourself. You can't request trustworthiness from another person. Respectability resembles faithfulness. You can't request it of another person, you can request it of yourself. Be the best illustration of reliability, and you'll get a few steadfast supporters. Be the best illustration of honesty, and you'll have individuals encompass you that have trustworthiness. Lead the manner in which next welcome the disciplines. Can't offer you much preferred guidance over that, since disciplines make the truth. Disciplines construct scaffolds, fabricate urban communities, trains a well-restrained action, makes overflow, makes uniqueness, efficiency. Next battle for what's right. It's a battle we're in. The conservative, the narrator expresses. And there was incredible conflict in paradise. Wow, you mean way back there? Yes, 1/3 of the holy messengers planned. I asked Bill Bailey, what amount of time do you guess it required for 33% of these heavenly messengers to get together? Did they lead gatherings? I don't. Bailey says the narrator doesn't say. I said then we should utilize our creative mind. I couldn't say whether it says. At last the incredible conflict happened, and the 2/3 won, and the 1/3 lost. One of the scholars of later sacred text, this is what he said: I battled a decent battle. See, that is remarkable to have the option to say I battled for my children, and I battled for what was correct, and I battled for my great well-being, and I battled to safeguard my organization, and I battled for a decent profession that would favor my family. I battled a decent battles. It's great to battle the infringement. Contrary energies are in struggle, and we're in the center. And in the event that you need something significant, you got to battle for it. This essayist likewise said, besides the fact that I battled, have a decent battle. And I'll wrap up with this. And I got a significantly longer rundown, yet perhaps I can cover these at some other point. He said, I battled a decent battle, and I kept the confidence. See, that is the arrangement. Keep confidence with your family, battle like insane, and keep confidence, battle the foe, and keep confidence, battle sickness, and keep confidence, battle the malevolence, and keep confidence. I can't offer you much better guidance. So many thanks for your consideration. I feel a debt of gratitude.